everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new to my channel, my name is Alexandra, and in today's video I am here to tell you all the story about me starting college for the first time. If this is your first time watching my videos, then make sure to subscribe if you're interested to see more videos from me, but if you're here to watch another one from me, then thanks for coming back. Anyways, so I don't want to make this introduction very long, but I thought I would just tell you guys before I get more further into the video, I would ask you guys a question. And that is, are you in college? If you're not, are you in public school or homeschooled or neither? That's the questions. But yeah, so let me know down in the comments for what I just said. So yeah, I'm just curious to know. If you don't feel like answering, then that's perfectly fine. I'm just, thought I'd ask. But anyways, let's just jump right into the story. So it all started last year. So I remember at this time last year, I actually wasn't planning on going to college. And before I explain more about college, I thought I would tell you guys, in case you guys are curious, did I take the SATs at all to, apply for colleges or things like that, I guess. But anyways, to answer that, no, I did not take the SATs, and not the SATs. I think it was either the SATs or the PSATs. Either one, I didn't take it either. Things that get you going into college, I didn't take any of that because I didn't see myself going to college right away. So I thought I would just tell you guys first off that the college I do go to is a community college. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure when you're going into a community college, I don't think you really have to take the PSATs or the SATs. But if you're planning on transferring after community college, then I'm pretty certain you have to take the SATs, I think. I'm not that smart at these things, so my bad if I'm completely wrong, but yeah. So, like I was saying, at this time last year, I wasn't planning on going to college. I was already a high school graduate for a little over a month, actually. And I actually graduated high school last June, so that was pretty exciting. And it was also the biggest accomplishment in my life, I would say, because I never gotten like a diploma or anything like that. And including my younger years in school, getting something like that, like, awards or things like that, I never got any of that stuff. And in case you guys are wondering, did I ever do sports and things like that in my life in school? I did do a video over a year ago. I explained that I once did do a sport. If you guys want to check out that video, you guys can check it out. But that'll explain a little bit in this one. But yes, I did do a sport. I did basketball for my middle school years. I actually did it for the last 2 years of middle school. I did it from 7th grade until 8th grade, and then elementary school I didn't do anything. I actually did do chorus 1 year in 4th grade, and other years I didn't do anything. But did I like chorus? No, I'm not even a singer. So if you guys ever want me to do a singing video, not gonna happen. Sorry, I'm not a singer. And then going into high school, I didn't do any sports at all. I didn't do any special curriculums or anything. I mean, I did go to like sport games and watch. Like, I did go every year since my freshman year. From freshman year until senior year, I went to every football game, the very first one. And then I would go to some basketball games and volleyball games, so that was fun too. But anyways, yeah, so going into college-wise, I just didn't see it happening for me right away. Originally, I was planning on taking a year off from school, and then once after a year or so, like the fall of this year, actually, I was planning on starting college. And my family was okay with that. They never pushed me about going to college right away or anything, especially that they knew I just wasn't ready yet. They just were like, okay, that's fine, take your time, if you don't want to go at all, that's perfectly fine too. Because I'll be honest, my parents didn't go to college themselves, so if I didn't go to college, then they were fine with that, so that's good. But anyways, so as the fall was leading up, so all summer long, I didn't think about college stuff because I was just like, nope. Once the fall came, that's when things really started to hit on me. I remember once the fall came, my friends, actually I had a few friends that graduated high school with me, they were going off to college. And I was happy for them, but I was also like just hoping for the best for them, because I know college is completely different than obviously public school or other school systems itself, maybe. I just knew it was different than public school, because I mean, I was never homeschooled, so I don't know what homeschooling was like. I know my cousins actually might know this, because they were homeschooled almost their whole lives, and then once they got into high school, most of my cousins actually were homeschooled most of their life, and then once they started high school, they went to public school, because they grew up in the military, because one of my uncles was in the military, so that's why they were homeschooled majority of their life. And once they went to high school, that's when my uncle, I think, retired from the military, so yeah. But that's that story, but yeah. So, so like I was saying, so once some of my friends were starting college, and then some of them were returning back to college, I was really happy for them, and I would just hope to hear updates from time to time to see how it was for them. And it was nice when they actually did tell me some updates, because they told me it was actually really cool. Some of them were dorming, so they told me that dorming was a lot of fun. And I'll be honest, I never saw myself, like if I ever was planning on going to college, I didn't see myself as a person to dorm or anything, but it seemed like a lot of fun, but for me, I just didn't see it for me. So as it was like maybe a few weeks after some of my friends were back in school and all that, or starting school, I remember I said to myself that I felt like I was starting to miss homework. I know that sounds so weird for some of you, thinking like, if you're like me and you don't like homework, because I'm not gonna lie, homework's not always fun, but it's good to get good grades. That is a good thing. But I don't know why, out of the blue one day, I started to say to myself, like, I miss homework. I miss like just writing down like things from assignments and things like that. I mean, it was the weirdest thing. And then I remember, I think it was like around like maybe a week or two after Labor Day, so in September of last year, I started to say to myself, like, I don't know about this. I mean, I went up to my family one day and I said, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm ready to think about going to college. I knew I couldn't obviously go at that point in the fall, because the semester had already started, but I told my family, I'm like, you know what, I'm thinking, and if it's okay with you, and I asked them with their permission, of course, because they were going to help get me into it. So I went to my family and I said to them, I'm like, do you think it's okay if I would start up college in the spring semester? And they were like, are you absolutely sure this is what you want? And I said, yeah. So at that point on, I actually was getting really excited, and actually a few of my friends, I have like 2 childhood friends, who were actually just talking to me about that. And they were just telling me, like, you know, we were thinking about planning on starting in the spring semester too, because they missed the fall opportunity too. Well, they were originally planning on taking a year off also. So that day when I told them, I was planning on actually going in the spring semester of this year. So the it's weird. Let me know if you guys think this is weird, but the spring semester starts in January. It starts like a few weeks after January. So actually, when it started this semester, it actually started about like 9 days after my birthday, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, it usually starts around the mid-January, something like that, and then it runs until January till May, and then summer starts the courses for half of the summer for one, and then the other half is the other, things like that. But yeah, so that day when I actually was starting to like get things prepared for college, you know, it was getting so real. I remember the day I actually had to go in there. The day I had to go into the college itself, it was actually really interesting. I remember going in there, but it was so crowded. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? But it was really fun. And plus, the day I actually went in there, I was blown away on how amazing the campus looked. I mean, it was amazing. Like, the inside of it was like so cool. It's hard to describe it, but it was really cool. So my friends and I, so me and like 2 of my friends, we actually managed to go in the same day. So what we had to do, we actually had to get like forms from high school a little bit. So we had to get some of our forms from high school. And then what we also had to do was take a test called the Accuplacer test. And that basically would show like what we're good at or what we need to improve on. And what program I'm in, because in case you guys are wondering what kind of thing I'm in, if I have a major in mind or just program itself. So I'm actually in the general studies program, which is like you take like your English, social studies, science, things like that, but they have to see what you're good at first before you can get into those kind of things. So I actually started taking, I was planning on taking like 4 classes, so it was pretty interesting. After the Accuplacer test, I actually had to wait a couple weeks to find out my results, actually, so I had to wait a little over a month. And when I went to go schedule my appointment back in September, they said you have to come back in like mid-October. So that's what I had to do, was come back in like mid-October. And then when I took the Accuplacer test, it wasn't actually that bad. It was like basic like English questions, like writing questions, and then there was some math. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the math was probably the hardest thing. And there was reading too. The reading wasn't actually that bad, but the math itself was so hard because, if you guys don't know, I don't know if I've explained this enough to you guys, but the math I took in high school, I took the same math for 3 years in a row. I took the same math from freshman to junior year, and then by my senior year in high school, I took a different math. And the reason why I took the same math for 3 years in a row is because my math teachers just didn't see me like going into the next one right away, because the math class I took my first 3 years was Math Foundations, and that class was not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. Basically it prepares you for Algebra 1 stuff, and we do like Algebra, we did like do like Algebra 1 like work, but we didn't use like a textbook from the class or anything like that. But it was overall pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie about that. But yeah, so I thought I'd just explain that. So after like it came to November, I actually had to go back there right before Thanksgiving, and that's when I was actually able to find out the results of my Accuplacer test, and I was also picking out my classes that day. And my friends and I managed to work it out. We got to go the same day because it worked with their schedule also, and it was really cool. We all got to go the same day. And yeah, I'm sorry this video is really long, but I'm just going all over the place, but yeah. So basically, yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm gonna probably make a separate video telling you guys about the classes itself, like more details, but until then, stay tuned. But yeah, so it was pretty interesting. And then when I picked out my classes, I took 4 classes. I was gonna take 4, and I was planning on taking 4. And I'm not gonna lie, it was gonna be kind of hard to believe I was gonna be a full-time college student. Didn't really hit me until right before I was gonna start. So once it was around I think it was like before Christmas, that's when things were really starting to get real, because I was getting all my the forms turned in, things like that, to get me registered and things. And then I had to get my parents had to give their information, like their tax forms, and then the household forms, things like that. So that was that. So yeah, they had to give a lot of things. I'm sure you guys already know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so by the beginning of January, so like a few weeks before my birthday, I actually got my school ID, and it felt so real after I got that. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually a student. Like I was like this. I remember I was like, ah. It sunk in like right away. And a few weeks later, so a few days after my birthday, because my birthday is January 13th, and the orientation, I believe, was the 18th. 17th or the 18th, one of those two. And it was so fun. I got to meet different people that day before the orientation around the campus. And it was so cool. I really liked it, so I thought it was fun. And then January 22nd of this year, I started college for the first time. And it was actually pretty cool getting to start college. And I actually made like quite a bit of friends right on the first and second day. So overall, you guys, I would have to say college was pretty well for me. I will talk about it though in a separate video. I will explain more about my experience and how it was, you know, my classes. I'll explain that in a separate video, but until then, that is that. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that tomorrow for you guys, or maybe the next day or so. Sometime this upcoming week, I think I'll make a video explaining more about that. But until then, stay tuned for that also, because I plan on making more like back to school kind of related videos for you guys, since school is right around the corner for some of you, or you just enjoy these videos in general. Anyways, thanks for watching until the end if you made it this far. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the questions like I said in the beginning of the video. Follow me in my links that are also down in the description if you guys want to see what my life is like when I don't upload a video. Anyways, that is all for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed my story about how I got into college. Alright guys, that is it for today's video, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!